Could Canada's patrol submarines become nuclear-powered? In Canada's next-generation submarine project, the CPSP, Canadian Patrol Submarine Project, South Korea's Hanwha Ocean, and Germany's TKMS are currently in a fierce final competition. Canada plans to acquire up to 12 new submarines, with the goal of receiving the first vessel by 2035. But here is an interesting point. The South Korean government recently announced plans for an indigenous nuclear-powered submarine. According to current plans, South Korea aims to launch its first nuclear-powered submarine in the mid-2030s and commission it by the late 2030s. In other words, the timeline for Canada receiving its new submarines significantly overlaps with South Korea's nuclear submarine development schedule. This leads some experts to ask, even if Canada initially acquires conventional submarines, could the later batches evolve into nuclear-powered models? Historically, Canada has always had a strong interest in nuclear submarines. In 1987, Prime Minister Brian Mulroney's government officially announced a plan to acquire 10 to 12 nuclear-powered attack submarines, SSNs, in a defense white paper. They reviewed designs for the British Trafalgar class and the French Rubis class, with the total project cost estimated at around 8 billion Canadian dollars. However, in April 1989, the plan was abruptly canceled. There were three main reasons: financial constraints, the end of the Cold War, and anti-nuclear public sentiment. Thus, Canada's dream of nuclear submarines was buried. Later, in 1998, Canada purchased 4 second-hand Victoria-class submarines previously operated by the Royal Navy, which remain in service today. So, why does Canada need nuclear-powered submarines? The answer lies in the Arctic Ocean. Conventional submarines must surface or use a snorkel regularly, whereas nuclear submarines can remain submerged for months at a time. For Canada, which must patrol the vast Arctic Ocean under the ice, this is an incredibly attractive capability. Of course, there are many hurdles to overcome. Reactor technology, nuclear fuel supply, crew training, and building maintenance infrastructure are on a completely different level from operating conventional submarines. Above all, the current Canadian project is strictly proceeding as a conventional submarine acquisition. Therefore, this doesn't mean Canada will immediately purchase South Korean nuclear submarines. But what if South Korea successfully develops a nuclear submarine in the 2030s, and Canada considers a subsequent force buildup in the 2040s or beyond? What sounds like science fiction today could become a reality tomorrow. What do you think?